Hey guys, it is me, the Emerald Sword, and welcome back to another video, where today I have yet another book haul for you. But I got some good news. It is not a Stephen King book haul. And right now you're probably like, whoa, that's never happened before. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I promise the series that I have for you today is very cool, and a series that I've been wanting to get to for a little bit now. I won't reveal it quite yet until you see the first book, but I will tell you this. This is the largest book haul I've ever done because the books right to the side of me, there are 9 of them. 9 of them. That's so large for a book haul, at least that I've done. I don't know about other people's book hauls, but anyway, yeah, so they're all part of the same series. None of them are Stephen King. And yeah, let's get right into this. Can you guys guess it? Can you guess it? The book series is Dune. Yes, I've been wanting to get to Dune ever since I saw the new movies, and I just could not understand the movies. So I thought, what better way is there to understand a movie than to read the book? So, of course, this is the first one, written by the legendary Frank Herbert. And it doesn't give you a lot of details about what it's about on the back, but it says that like it's political, it's like sci-fi, it's fantasy, it's about Paul Atreides, and he's like learning all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, this is the legendary first book. It's quite long, as you can see. So you look at that, and yeah, that's the first book. And then the second one is, of course, Dune Messiah, the second book in the series. And from what I know about the movies, the second movie kind of ends with Paul Atreides kind of leading his own little evil army somewhere. I don't know if he's actually evil or not, but it looks like this is just the fallout of the events of the first book. He's like going after people and stuff, and he's got greater threats and all that. Anyway, it seems really fun. But anyway, there's Dune Messiah. I've heard that this is probably the worst of the first 6, or at least the worst of the first 3. But I'm excited to get to that eventually. But yeah, so moving on, we have Children of Dune, the third book, and this one basically follows Paul's twin children, because apparently in the first Dune he had children, and the movies just cut that out entirely. But their names are Leto and Ganima, I think that's what that says. And basically, so their father Paul, he kind of disappeared into the wastelands of Arrakis like 9 years ago, so he's probably dead or something like that. But now Paul's sister, Aaliyah, yeah, Aaliyah, she's like taken over like House Atreides or something. So the twins are gonna stop her, and so that's basically the third book. And then, of course, next we have the fourth book of the series, God Emperor of Dune. And basically, it seems that 3,500 years have passed since the ending of the third book. And I guess Leto Atreides, like, sacrificed his humanity or whatever, so now he's just, like, this evil villain dictator thing called the God Emperor of Dune. And so he's like, yeah, he's like a bad guy now. Oh yeah, and also Arrakis is just green with life now, and I don't know what that sound on my ceiling was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But that was the fourth book of the series, leading us to the fifth book of the series, Heretics of Dune. It looks like Leto Atreides is now dead, and another 1,500 years have passed since then, and now stuff is just going even worse. So much for that. But yeah, anyway, that's Heretics of Dune, the fifth book. And that leads into Chapter House Dune. And basically, so now Arrakis is called Dune, but it reverted back to desert from green, and it has also been destroyed. So it looks like this book is just kind of the remaining factions of Arrakis or whatever, just like flying out in space, vying for control, standard Dune stuff. And it looks like it ended on a cliffhanger. And that's interesting, because those were the original 6, all of which were written by Frank Herbert. And I did hear that Frank Herbert had plans for Dune 7, but since Chapter House Dune, that's the name of the new planet they're going to, by the way. Chapter House, I forgot to mention that. But it looks like that in between writing Chapter House Dune and Dune 7, Frank Herbert kind of died, So he didn't quite get to complete Dune 7. So apparently he wrote like notes and stuff, right? And that was his plan for Dune 7, and they were in 2 safety deposit boxes for the next 2 decades. So his son Brian Herbert and this other author Kevin J. Anderson, they found they found said items and then wrote these: Hunters of Dune for book 7 and Sandrooms of Dune for book 8. So it doesn't give much information about either of these books on the back. It just kind of recaps the ending of Chapter House Dune, except Hunters of Dune says that this will wrap up the whole series, and then Sandworms of Dune says that Hunters of Dune was the first half of the wrap up, and then this is the true wrap up. So I can't really give you like a plot idea for those. I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. And then the final one here is Sands of Dune. It was also written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, and they are the current writers of Dune. And yeah, there's only 3 writers of Dune, and these are the other 2. So basically what this is this is like a novella collection. Yeah, see, it says Sands of Dune, a collection. But there's just a couple stories in here. In the back, as you can see, it doesn't give me a synopsis for either of them. So yeah, it's basically just a story collection that takes place around, before, or a little bit after the main Dune series. But anyway, yeah, those were the books. There were a lot of them, and a lot of them look really weird and confusing, but I promise I will read them all, I will review them all, and maybe I'll enjoy the movies more after I read them, because I wasn't a big fan of the movies because I didn't understand them. So maybe that'll change soon. But anyway, I don't have a bookshelf for them as of yet, but I do have a place to put them. So let me go put those back, and then we can see. Alrighty guys, so we have a new location. Welcome to part of my living room. And as you can see here are all the Dune books. As I said, I have a bookshelf that I want to use to put these in, as well as my other non-Stephen King books. But since it is not currently set up right now, this is the best I can do for right now. But there you see all the Dune books. And yeah, I will move them eventually, but for right now, this is where they stand. Anyway, let's go wrap this video up. But yeah, guys, those are the Dune books I have currently. I've been wanting to do that book haul for a long time, but it took so long getting all those books. But anyway, there's actually so much more. It's like right here. Right here, I have written down every piece of Dune in chronological order according to the website dunenovels.com. So see, there's the other 2 pages there. And as you can see, Dune doesn't start, like the Frank Herbert books don't start for a long time. But those X's right there, those are the ones that I have currently. And then as I read them, I will check mark them off as well. So yeah, basically that's my plan for collecting Dune, is just follow the timeline chronologically. And yeah. So I'm really excited to get into Dune. As I said, I like the new Timothée Chalamet movies, but I just could not understand them at all. There was a lot of like lore and history and all this other stuff that you would have to read the books to understand. And I'm a reader, as you can see by all the Stephen Kings I've reviewed, but I also can't really understand book movies without having read the book. So now that I'm actually getting to reading the Dune books, the current one I'm reading is a Stephen King, but after that, I will read Dune. So there you go. There's a little spoiler. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into Dune, and maybe I'll actually be able to understand the movies and therefore like them a lot more than I originally did. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video if you want to, and subscribe to the channel if you feel like it. But anyway, I've been Ben from the Emerald Sword, and I will see you guys next time.